You're going to want a really thin piece of tape for this, so you might want to use a razor blade if you have them. Otherwise, your tape might be a little, and you need a really clean cut as well, so a razor blade is like perfect. Because your tape has to be super thin for these, because that way it just looks better. You can use a whole piece, but it doesn't hold well. And most of what you're going to do right now is coil this, actually. You're going to do this, your white mount, or whatever kind of mount, whatever color metal you use. And if you wanted to, you could honestly paint one of these. But I'm a little too lazy to do it. So what you're going to do here is you're going to tape over the edges, unless you got a file or something. So I'm going to tape mine, because I don't want to get cut while tattooing somebody, even if I will be wearing rubber gloves. Or tattooing anything really, because if you hit your needle with that bitch, it's going to hurt. Tattooing fruit, orange juice hurts when it's up in a cut. That'll start me. That's pretty much where it's going to set up against. So, yes, I'm going to cut this part too, this backboard, but that's later. You're going to have to cut it again. You're going to have to cut it a few times actually. So you're going to need that razor blade. And I may actually use a whole piece of tape on this one. Now take your barrel. Since I've taped that, I'm going to take my barrel and I'm going to set it up against it. Smooth with the top and the bottom. Smooth with the top. I'm going to take my tape, put it on the back first, make sure my barrel's straight, and put this thin freaking piece of tape I cut around the very top, as close with a little bit of room to move as I can get, because it makes it much better looking.
It makes it seem almost seamless.
No, it makes it seem a lot better than it actually is. It makes it look a lot better too. Get it straight. Bring that down.
I will.
That now. It's too high. A little more. Bring it back down to where you had it. Almost. Right there. That'll work. You want that to look about like that. Looks kind of like a mummy, I know, but you get the picture. Then you're going to cut one more piece of duct tape like that to put at the bottom. And if you have electrical tape, I advise using it instead, just because it's easier and it's safer. Because it does stop a lot of the electrical current. I'm using the gap in my table to cut in straight lines. So, yeah, you do want this to at least look professional. Even if it's not quite professional grade, you do want it to look as best it can. And this way you can see how much ink is actually getting up in this, and you don't want any to get in. It also makes it a lot easier to clean that, because orange juice will not work good in your ink. Makes it a little difficult to do lines. And it'll make your tattoo gun stink. Okay. Your barrel's attached. Wyatt, get back in here. because it sits up.
Let's give a rubber band for the end.
I ain't gonna use this one because I can't get the needle or the pin to stick. You're gonna cut the by side your machine just to make sure it looks smoother, and
it takes some of the bulk out.
It takes a lot of the bulk out of it, even though it doesn't look like it. This is a lot of size I'm removing here. It looks a lot cleaner too. And if you can cut like angled, do it, because it will look even better.
Get you a marker for you.
That's cut. If I can cut it again. Come on, dang it. I know my 10 steps ain't that dull. Find that. It went over by the poison bottle. And yes, I said poison. It's a wine. It's not actual poison.
It's not wine. It's a cure.
That one went to the floor too. I'm just trying to keep it smaller than it is. So that's a thin piece, which means that will cut the hell out of your foot.
That's very assuring, bro.
That's a damn good reason for you to have to push the button.